Oh, hello everyone. I'm going to just, and we have time to catch on with the else Soyny has been needing for quite a while. So let's start with this one because it's all related to their fucking decisions with the light service scheme. So this one. Soyny blames Concor's failure on an overly competitive market. Bungie in free fall and cannot afford for Marathon to flop. So I heard from Smash JT and ignoring through their videos that they're still trying to trick investors. Sony is still trying to trick them to dump more money. But at one point, yeah, would you, who is at fault? Sony or the investors that they're so retarded to notice? Yeah, I think we know the answer is the investors. But let's read what we have here. The CEO statement also sounds odd in light of an early rumor that the Soyny has cancelled all paid marketing plans for Marathon. So yeah, they're not going to dump more money on that regard. We already saw the shit show that Bungie is. Bungie is going to die with Soyny before Soyny dies. So continue on, which is, if true, would suggest that no one is more uncertain about the game right now than its own publisher. So you know they fuck up with that one. They do like I said, Marathon already surpassed the Concord investment, the dumping on that money, the burning. Is dumping burning, man. The investors and Nintendo burned a lot of money, like no joke, with Concord, and they did it even more with Bungie because it was not only the money that they put out with Marathon, it was the money they put out to buy Bungie. They bought a dead horse. So well, let's see what we have here. So whenever the rumor is true or not, it seems that no matter little for Marathon's chances of success, as both the game and its developer have recently been dragged into some of controversy, ranging from reports of toxicity within the studio and growing divide between developers and executives to Bungie's fraud and theft scandal. Yeah, the fourth one, which Reich eliminated all goodwill and hype for the game. That combined with Forbes' recent report describing that the studio as being free fall and warning that they absolutely cannot afford for Marathon to flop, has done serious damage to community trust in the game, and with Sony refusing to openly acknowledge Concor's biggest blunders, or at least fix them quietly, they're not going to fix the DEI slap. Quietly behind the scenes, he feels that the remnants of that trust have not been eroded even further. Yeah, the Concord design. Hey Sony, continue waste tens of millions of dollars. Secret level, Concord. What the fuck is even? Oh man, yeah, Sony is in a free fall, and it doesn't stop there. Oh, you bet it will just stop there, but no. So they still need to doubling down on live services because they are the only retarded investors that are still roaming across these publicly traded companies to dump money. And since the thing that live services offer is, yeah, the monetization practices, which are greedy as fuck, and the aspect that, yeah, the one that actually owns this shit is just Sony. Even if they're going to sell this dog shit at $40, at any moment they can take it away from the ones that paid. Hey, since buying is not ownership, but pirating is not stealing, right? But well, why would you buy a live service game when there are tons of free to play live services that can offer a better experience? I'm not going to say the same because went through a whole league below. So with this headline, Soyny remains committed to diverse and resilient live service games, including forthcoming marathon and fair games despite high-profile failures. So they even when they know that yeah we are at that end, Soyny is exactly at this dead end because those light services they are hardly cost value in the sense that the servers is what well if you keep running them without a player base, yeah just keeping them alive is draining all the resources. I know that gacha games because of those servers, yeah, it costs them money to keep on. That's why gacha games they need to deliver because if not, yeah, it's over for those gacha games. But gacha games, well, they know what to deliver, and we have seen that with Nike, we have seen them with Blue Archive. Arcanite is the longest ones. Azur Lane is the longest ones. Even Fate Grand Order, despite that Sony owns that shit and is on his way to fucking everything up with the translation. As far as I have seen from people sharing it on social media. What other gacha games? Hmm, Grand Blue Fantasy could count as one, but I haven't seen much interaction from that game anymore. Well, you have tons of the market. Brand does too. It's been the most recent ones. Even you have light service hentai games. But the key of all of those gacha games is they are free to play. Hell, even the MiHoYo stuff, which is like highly focused on gameplay, is still free to play for the most part. The monetization scheme and the drop rates, yeah, you can actually argue with that. At that point, it starts to turn into dog shit. But for a live service, from these AAA corporations, that they are going to sell and still they're going to make you pay for a subscription and they still they're going to make you pay for microtransactions, highly possible that they are still going to push for loot boxes and it's looking so dog shit like this. At that point, yeah, Sony is admitting that they are committed to failure. And also they are saying with this wording that they are not dropping wokeness because yeah, they are DEI investors dumping money. Yeah, I want to see your dick sucking this homosexuality shit. Keep doing it and I'll keep dumping money and Soyny doesn't have any other option. And this is because they gave it this path of live services before it, and the path before was well third person cinematic movies with hyperrealism and very sloppy plot and narratives, especially what we have seen from something like The Last of Us Part 2. But wait, there's more! Sony admits marathon feedback has been varied, but insists it will avoid repeating concourse mistakes and commits to launch by end of March 26. So they delayed the game again. They are going to keep delaying it and keep delaying it and keep delaying it over and over and over again because yeah they still have one chance to keep tricking investors. I'll probably try to make them well not notice that hey you dumped all the money in this, where is my revenue? None, zero. And still Fergen that yeah we have seen that from other reports that is just as expected fucking dog shit. And when the eventuality happened that this fucking game flops and investors say you know what I'm not going to dump more money in you anymore, Well, that's when, yeah, the death of the corpse, the metastasis of the corpse, spreads even further. And just here at this point, when you talk that it was not going to get even worse for this fucking company, but we rightfully deserve all of these fucking problems for all the backstabbing, all of the fuck ups. Yeah, the remaining consumers they still have, this is the only ones they're going to be relying on to not only keep themselves afloat considering all the debt they have, those to actually increase profit even more. And yeah, there's even more on the last one. Because I saw this one from Reddit, and we have this one with the article because someone shared it here. Soyny says it will continue to use PlayStation Plus pricing as more players choose higher tiers. So they are going to keep increasing the price of their fucking subscription over and over and over again, time after time after time, as these live services keep flopping. Because in this current year, we have seen a price hike, while with the previous one was already established at one. So what is it? They are going to be three times already at this point, or four? Shit, I not remember right now if they already are even on a fifth one. So just to read you this quickly, CEO Hideaki Nishino says subscribers are quote unquote increasingly choosing higher tiers despite price increases. So just because they're saying you are increasing price for this, they are going to squeeze all of their fucking consumer base for all what they are burning for giving them the same shit at more pricing. So less value for more money. Ah, señor. Oh, Jesus Christ. So they are going they have chose this spiral. They are in this spiral at this point. They need to keep increasing the price of their PlayStation Plus subscriptions time after time. If not to whole this year, we are going to see even more of the ones that are already announced because not only they need to recover the losses from these light services, they need to show profit to those investors, putting makeup in those numbers so those investors can keep dumping money on them. In this spiral cycle of debt, because they cannot produce anything good anymore. They cannot even go back to get more low budget games, double A games around that level. They can't do that anymore because, like I said, they are chasing that investors' money along with the DEI to get those investors' attention. There's, those investors are the only ones willing to keep dumping money on Soyny. So yeah, they are just financing their own demise. While they are not going to get anything in return, well, we're finally going to see this company going out of business eventually. And the blow of Marathon, mark my words, is going to be more damaging than Concord. Well, let's leave it there here. Anyway, thanks for watching and please take care.